Hey friends, welcome back to this homeschooling naturopath. If you're new here, my name's Hannah and I'm a homeschool mom to 4, including a little baby who I don't know. If you didn't know there was a baby in here, you'd be like, what on earth is she wearing? There is a sleeping baby. Anyway, homeschool mom to 4 and also a fully qualified naturopath. And on this channel here, I really like to share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as some naturopathic info throughout some of my content here. Today's video, I'm going to be sitting down to share with you guys our September meal plan, which is going to be a little bit different if you're used to watching my meal planning videos. I'm going to do this one a bit differently. So anyways, if you're interested, okay. If you're interested to see our September meal plan, keep watching. Okay, here we go, September meal plan. Now, if you guys follow on my channel and you've seen my meal planning videos before, you know that what I typically do is I actually write down all of our meals right here in my plum paper planner. And this is what I've always done, like, for a long time. But I'm kind of thinking, I'm trying to find ways to improve my meal planning video because I really like sharing my meal plan with you guys. Not only does it motivate me to, keep myself on track and keep our house running smoothly and all of our meals going smoothly, but I also feel like it's very encouraging for a lot of you mamas, maybe giving some new meal ideas, things like that. And I personally really love watching other mamas meal planning videos and getting inspiration that way. So I really want to continue sharing these videos, but I realize that the way that I write my meal plans aren't always the most visually appealing, and so anyway, this month what I thought I would do was make my sort of template over on Canva. Last month I did the same thing. This was our meal plan for last month. So I just kind of edited it to make it like cute spring colors this month. And what I did instead of writing everything down in my plum paper planner was I just put it straight down on here, and I thought I would just go over it with you guys because I think that's still motivational in and of itself. So without further ado, here is my meal plan for the month of September. Right, so September for us down here in the Southern Hemisphere is the first month of spring, hence my spring floral kind of decor I've got going on here. I know for you guys in the US that's probably super confusing, and probably this meal plan doesn't flow the best for you guys heading into autumn. What I would recommend if you're looking for more autumn themed recipes, check out my March, April, May meal plan. I would recommend to check that out. March, April, and May are our 3 months of autumn. So, and I always cater our meal plans to suit the season, which I feel like is probably largely reflected. I definitely always shop seasonally, and I like to plan meals that incorporate seasonal veggies. Are you over there talking? So yeah, anyways, if you're looking for autumn recipes, I will link down below my March, April, and May meal plans. So I am continuing to run our normal breakfast and lunch homeschool meal rotation. So for example, up here, every Monday, let me zoom in a little bit more. Should I use the pen or my finger? I don't know. I'll use the pen. So every Monday of the month, we are doing egg muffin cups, and this is super simple. I'll find you guys know I usually use Pinterest for inspiration. Oh, here, it's already on there. And these are some of the ideas I was looking at earlier on. They're basically just like little, where's the one I really liked? Oh, this one. Just like little omelets or little like frittatas, little frittatas in muffin cups. So I thought that would be super good. Quick, easy, protein-filled. My girls can have it with toast if they want to. We can have this with bacon, hash browns, whatever, however we want to serve it. I just thought that would be nice to kind of change things up a little bit, but still have all those eggs and all that protein in the morning. Moving on to Tuesday's breakfasts, we are doing yogurt parfaits. This is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. We might do some granola, some berries, you know, maybe a little bit of honey drizzle, whatever we have that's like fresh and, you know, good to put on yogurt parfaits. That's what I'm sort of thinking. And we will do our usual protein yogurt with that. Maybe even for my girls who can tolerate it, a little bit of protein powder here and there. Yeah, so anyway, that is what I'm thinking with our Tuesday's breakfast. Wednesday's breakfast, we are doing baked oats. And here I've just got a few ideas. I've got carrot cake, baked oats, double chocolate baked oats, blueberry baked oats, and chocolate chip baked oats. We've not done baked oats for quite a few months at this point, I feel like. I feel like it is something that can be overdone pretty easily. We did, I feel like, pretty sure we got sick of it when we were having it regularly. So yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys it again when I bring it back this month, and I'll try not to overdo it. So, oh wow, really? Thursday's breakfast is going to be omelets, and with this we just do whatever veggies we have in the house. It's so funny. Maybe like sometimes ham, capsicum, which is what we call peppers here, sweet peppers. Like whatever we have in the house to put in omelets, I'll throw in there. Wow, what? Okay, and then finally Friday's breakfast, we are going to be doing a hash brown skillet. Again, this is an idea that I found on Pinterest that looks really yummy. So I was kind of, this was kind of giving me inspiration, this type of vibe here. I mean, you know, sky's the limit with this type of stuff. I feel like potatoes and eggs, I mean, like what a perfect breakfast. So that is my inspiration for Friday's breakfast. You're having a big chat. I can't even talk. You okay? Okay, and then over to Saturday and Sunday. Saturdays are a make your own breakfast day, hence the MYO, make your own. All right, I might have to pick the baby up before I can continue this. Okay, and then Sunday's breakfast, I like to make something a little bit more special before church, so I like to try and be a little bit more organized on a Sunday morning with like a nice fancy wholesome breakfast. So we're going to be doing cinnamon rolls. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Cinnamon rolls for the first week. Second week is going to be biscuits and gravy. The third week, pancakes with bacon and eggs, and then eggs Benedict on the fourth week of September there. So to sum the breakfast up, Mondays we're going to be having egg muffin cups. Tuesdays is going to be yogurt parfaits. Wednesdays, baked oats with, you know, different variety there. Thursdays, omelets. Fridays, hash browns. Make your own on Saturday, and then some nice sweet treats on Sundays. Okay, now to run through our lunches and our lunch rotation for the month. Again, the baby's in my arms now and is like, what are we doing? Okay, so every Monday we are going to be having bento box lunches, and this is just, we have a homeschool thing every Monday afternoon, and so I pack lunches for my girls, and this is just going to kind of vary throughout the weeks. It might be something like egg sandwiches or ham sandwiches or little pizza things, or, you know, like pita pizzas, which I was doing a little bit last month in August, just taking a pita bread and, you know, making little pizzas with it. The girls really enjoyed that. I didn't specifically write it on our menu again this month because I don't want them to get sick of them, but they were all like, can we have those again this month? And I was kind of like, oh, I don't really, you know, I don't want to specifically plan them again because, yeah, surely they'll get sick of them eventually. But I might put them in here and there throughout these bento box lunch days when we pack lunches. And then, of course, with that, we just kind of incorporate different lunch-y foods, you know, different lunchbox foods like carrot sticks, hummus, pesto, you know, sliced apple, little chip packs, crackers with the hummus, like, yeah, yeah, maybe some muesli bars, yeah, whatever. You know, you get the gist. Tuesday's lunches. For the first week here, I've got written bento box lunches. because my girls are actually traveling on this day, which at the time I'm filming this, it has already happened. My mother-in-law has taken all my girls away for the week. Crazy. And so yeah, I had to pack them all lunches on Tuesday. What's today? Today's Friday when I am filming this. So yeah, on Tuesday I had to pack them all lunches, my mother-in-law included, and I just made them like some chicken salad wraps, you know, with like grated carrot, cheese, what else was in there? Lettuce, yeah, I can't remember, but they were, yeah, all the girls really enjoyed those. Again, with different lunchboxy foods, so that was for them to take on the road. But for the rest of the month, we're just going to be doing a variation of chicken salad. I love bringing in salads in the spring and the summertime. I think that's probably the biggest change. If you guys watch my meal plans every month, you'll see that throughout the months, like as soon as autumn hits, I am making soups. And all autumn and winter long, I make soups. And then the spring and summer is usually salads. And chicken salad is something that's super easy. Again, I can just whip a chicken out of the freezer, cook it, get the meat off, and make a really nice protein-rich chicken salad with that. And again, you can vary that quite a bit. So yeah, throughout the summer, spring and summer, I really like nice fresh salads, and it's awesome to be able to incorporate chicken for a really reasonable price into those as well. So yeah, Tuesday's lunches, we're going to be doing a chicken Caesar salad, Southwest chicken salad, and a pesto chicken salad. The Southwest chicken salad I cannot wait for. That's literally my favorite. I was eating it so often this past summer, and I can't wait to bring it back again. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, Wednesday's lunch rotation, Subway wraps, and I've put Subway in little parentheses. We did these a few months ago. I believe back in March we were doing these, and I had initially called them pinwheels. But pretty quickly my pinwheel idea didn't work. I was planning on like making the wraps and then cutting them into like little, you know, pinwheels, obviously, as the name implies. But I did that 1 week and then realized that that was a little bit too much effort, and so we just changed it up into Subway wraps. And we all really enjoyed that, and so I'm bringing that back for this first month of our springtime, and I'm really excited about that, as are my kids. Yeah, those were a really big hit. So basically my goal with the Subway wraps is to, you know, just add in as much veg and protein as I possibly can, and I do like to swap the proteins around. Some weeks we do ham, some weeks we do, I think we did pastrami 1 week when we were eating these a few months ago. What else? Roast beef was really good, and then sometimes a mixture, like I'll get a couple of different deli meats and put in ham and pastrami or ham and roast beef, like whatever, and then obviously fill it with whatever veggies we have on hand. If we have lettuce, onion, some cheese, some mayo, whatever people want. And then when tomatoes come down in price, I'll also be adding them. Okay, this video, filming this has been so broken up because I've been dealing with the baby. He's now asleep on my body. Anyways, yeah, what I do remember just now saying though was that I wasn't going to be buying tomatoes, and I find that very ironic of myself for saying, because Thursday's lunch, lo and behold, is BLTs. So as a matter of fact, I will be buying tomatoes despite the price. I can get 3 tomatoes a week. It's all right. I think that might fit in my grocery budget. Yeah, anyway, BLTs for lunches on Thursdays. Pretty straightforward, nothing extravagant there. Just a quick and easy lunch that everybody enjoys. And then Friday, we are going to be rotating through a quiche except this is my youngest daughter, my third daughter's birthday on this day, the 19th of September. And so, yeah, every day except that day. I highly doubt she'll want to eat quiche for lunch on her birthday. And we'll be out anyways, so yeah. A quiche, again, something super quick and easy, simple, protein rich and filling, and you can add a whole lot of veggies in there, which is great. So yeah, that is lunch there. And then on the weekends, I normally do not plan lunch just because I've said so many times there's so many variables when it comes to weekends. Either we're out all day, or we're with family all day, or there's like a rugby game on, or whatever it is. I just feel like weekends have too many variables for me to plan lunches. And then Sundays, we've been going out for lunch after church every week, largely because the church we've been going to in the city we're in currently is like almost 40 minutes away from our house. So yeah, it's a big drive to get there, and then, you know, by the time it finishes at lunchtime, we're all very, very hungry. So yeah, we've been having lunch out, and this first Sunday is actually Father's Day. Here in New Zealand, I think potentially Father's Day and Mother's Day are different days. In New Zealand and Australia, I think for you guys in the United States, I don't actually know. I don't know if it's Father's Day for you guys, but that's this Sunday. What number is that? Yes, September 7th this year is Father's Day for us here in New Zealand. I don't know if that's the same in the United States, but anyways, so our church is putting on a really cool church lunch for all the dads. We've put together like catering from a whole lot of different restaurants that some of the dads really like. So that'll be a lot of fun on this day. And then my husband really likes a good roast lamb, so providing that our church lunch doesn't go too far over time, yeah, we'll come home for a nice Father's Day dinner. Yeah, anyways, that's that. And then lunch, yeah, I've just got lunch out on those 2 days. I don't remember why. Anyway, that's my story with lunches. Now let's move on to the most exciting part, which is dinners. So as far as dinners go, I really wanted to think about the season. I wanted to, you know, have like a fresh spring type of menu and work our way into summer food, and so that is probably going to be quite largely reflected in our dinners for this month. So the first one I have got here, and again, like I said, it's already Friday today by the time I'm filming this, so I'm going to talk about these in past tense. Yeah, anyway, we on Monday did grilled chicken with pasta primavera, which was really, really yummy. I would have liked to have more fresh veggies for that, so I think I'll do this again probably next month when spring is a bit more springing and we have a few more fresh veggies on hand, because I think that would be a lot better with a lot more freshness than I had. I didn't really have that many you know, fresh spring seasonal veggies to put in there because obviously we've literally just come out of winter. Anyways, moving on to Tuesday here, like I said, my mother-in-law has taken our girls for the week. So that meant my husband and I went on a date night. We went out to a place. It was like a Korean barbecue place. It was really cool. You just go, it's a buffet, a Korean barbecue buffet. And they just put the barbecue thing on your table, and then you can like get all the meat that you want and barbecue all the meat yourself. So that was a lot of fun. It was a little bit smoky in there for the baby, but anyways, yeah, so that's what we had on Tuesday this week for a date night. Wednesday, we had grilled salmon with kumara fries and greens. And, you know, for this week, because it was just my husband and I wanted to pick things that I know he really enjoys, and that, you know, were kind of more adult specific. I wasn't having to think about the kids here. So that was really yummy. I actually did like a brown sugar, I think it was actually a Texas Roadhouse like copycat recipe for the salmon. We absolutely do not have Texas Roadhouse here in New Zealand, but I have eaten there once in the past, and I know it's really yummy. I didn't eat the salmon, but anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, we had that. That was really good. We've been really getting into salmon lately, and I'm excited to try a lot more salmon recipes over the spring and summer here. And then last night we had sauté beef with brown rice and quinoa, and for the sauté beef, our freezer is still full of beef at the moment. We are definitely working our way through it. In fact, I think that might have been the last beef schnitzel we had in there. That may have been the last one. Anyway, I just got a beef schnitzel out of the freezer and cut up a whole lot of veggies. I did mushrooms, garlic, onion, carrot. What else was in there? Broccoli, cauliflower, and then some red peppers as well, which we call capsicum. And then just marinated my beef with some peanut, like sauteed peanut sauce, which was so delicious and slightly spicy. So that was good that my girls weren't here because it might have been too spicy for them. So yeah, and then served that with rice and the quinoa, and it was like beautiful. Chef's kiss. It was really tasty. Anyways, carrying on. Tonight, being Friday, we are having another little date night. So we're going out for dinner again tonight, and that leads us to the weekend again. Our girls are coming home tomorrow, so we'll do our normal pizza night tomorrow night and have like a nice family dinner, probably with my mother-in-law. And you know, have like a little family reunion to catch up on all the adventures they've been on this week. Sunday night, like I already said before, is Father's Day. So yeah, roast lamb with roast veggies and some potato mash for this first week of September. Moving on to the second week here, I've got beef burgers and kumara fries on our menu. Simple, straightforward. Again, for this, for the first week, for Mondays, sorry, again, like I already said, we're out most of the afternoon on a Monday, so I like to pick meals on this day that are a lot quicker to make and, you know, something simple, something fresh, something that I can kind of throw together when we get home late afternoon. So beef burgers are always so good for that. And I can even make the patties ahead of time, so I can just throw them in the cast iron when I get home. Yeah, so there's that. The second Tuesday here, we're going to be doing a honey garlic chicken with rice. This is just a recipe that I have saved over on Pinterest. I have done this before. I mean, it's pretty straightforward and simple to do. I do like to marinate the chicken beforehand, so as long as I remember to do that ahead of time, you know, everything should be all good. Tuesdays, we are home most of the day. My girls have an afternoon class, so online. So yeah, we're not out all afternoon like we are on Mondays and Wednesdays. And again, just serving that with like the seasonal veggies that are available right now that are cheap. So like your onion, garlic, broccoli, cauliflower, leeks are still really cheap. Mushrooms are okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are carrots. Those are my go-to for this type of thing. Almost just like a stir fry, if you will. Okay, Wednesday, we're going to be doing beef taco bowls with quinoa. All your yummy, you know, Mexican beef, beans, yeah, all of that deliciousness packed into a bowl. Call it a taco bowl. I don't know. I might be able to find like those tortilla bowls. I don't know what they're called. What are those called? Let me Google. Oh, well, everything I'm Googling is telling me that it's called a tortilla bowl. So I guess it's called the tortilla bowl. I actually don't know. I feel like it has a proper name. I want to say tostadas, but that's not correct. Anyways, I might be able to find those in the supermarket. I guess I could. I probably could make them myself, but it's just that bit more admin, isn't it? We'll see how we go. I probably won't be making my own homemade tortilla bowls, but anyways, that is what is on the menu for Wednesday. Thursday here, we've got creamy mushroom chicken with mash and green salad. This is it may be like a Campbell's recipe with Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. But I don't use the Campbell's cans anymore. I definitely used to. But ever since I learned how to make cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup at home without a can, I do that now instead. And it's actually so simple. I used to think it would have been so difficult. It's really not to make your own cream of mushroom and cream of chicken. It's actually so simple. Not as simple as opening a can, but definitely a better and healthier option. So I just make a quick cream of mushroom soup and then add that to my chicken, bake it, and then obviously mashed potato or mashed kumara, which is what we call sweet potato here. and green salad on the side. Yum. That's always a winner, and it's a pretty simple, straightforward dish to make. The second Friday here, it's going to be a date night for my husband and I. Our girls are going for a sleepover at their aunt's house. And so, yeah, my husband and I will be out, hopefully, at a nice restaurant having a nice meal. And our girls will probably be eating like sausages or pizza or something at my sister-in-law's house. And then, of course, the next day, pizza night. Saturday is always pizza night in our house. I don't know if did I skip over that maybe? Anyway, if you guys follow my meal plans, you guys know Saturday is pizza night always. And then Sunday night, we're going to be having dinner at Game. My husband has a rugby game at home that Sunday, and so we'll just get dinner there. It's kind of a tricky time. So yeah, I don't know. We'll either get dinner there or we'll get dinner with the family afterwards. We'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, I won't be cooking dinner that night because it just won't work out very effectively. Okay, and then back to Monday, we're going to be doing Greek chicken bowls on this day. Greek chicken bowls, again, so easy, so straightforward, and so yummy. I usually do a big batch of couscous when I make something like Greek chicken bowls, and we may even, depending on the weather, we may even turn on the barbecue. We'll see how we go. Depending on the weather, if it's a beautiful hot spring day, we may get the barbecue out for this. And how yummy would chicken skewers be? Oh, that's my hope for this, but we'll see. We'll see how we go with that. And then, of course, like tzatziki sauce. I really like to do our own homemade hummus, so we'll probably do that. Potentially falafels. You know, sky's the limit when it comes to Greek chicken bowls. And then, of course, like as many veggies as we can fit in there, depending on how expensive they are. And a cucumber, like cucumber has to be used in this, so I'm going to have to fork out for an expensive cucumber. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, the next Tuesday there, we're going to be doing a beef broccoli with rice. This is just, again, a beef schnitzel if I still have one in the freezer. Like I said, I may have just used the last one recently. But if there is still one in the freezer, yeah, I'll use some beef schnitzel and, you know, yeah, just a beef broccoli type of dish and serve that up with rice. Here we're going to be doing baked salmon with spring veggie pasta. So probably something similar to the pasta primavera that I made the other night. I imagine that'll end up being, and then a baked salmon of some kind. I don't know. I'm going to change up the flavor for sure and see what we get to. I also want to try, I'm going to marinate it beforehand, definitely, because I feel like that will add a lot more flavor. So Thursday here, we're going to be having leftovers for dinner because Friday night won't be leftovers night because we'll be having a special birthday dinner for our third daughter. So it is important to me to have a leftovers night at some point throughout the week. Moving on to the weekend, pizza night again, and I've written down to take that to the game so we can just eat our pizza and our wings at the game as opposed to buying food, because you know that the food is not even good and it's super expensive. So yeah, we'll either be taking pizza there or eating with family afterwards. So there's that. And then Sunday here, I have got steak with homemade chimichurri sauce, kumara fries, and salad. And hopefully, again, fingers crossed, we can get the barbecue out for that, because yum, can't wait for barbecue season. Okay, and finally, the fourth week here of September, I have got teriyaki chicken rice balls. Oh, I didn't put rice there. Teriyaki chicken balls. Okay, they're supposed to say rice balls. My girls love teriyaki chicken rice balls. They're like always a huge hit in our home. All I do for this is I usually make up sushi rice, and then I'll either do a whole chicken and take it all off the bones, or do chicken breast, whatever kind of chicken I have. I don't know, we'll see. And then I'll make a homemade teriyaki sauce, mix that through the chicken, and then I like to put out different steamed veggies, so different things that my girls can put inside their rice balls. So things like capsicum, broccoli, carrot, avocado, cream cheese, some Kewpie mayo. I like to just have a little variety for them to choose from when it comes to what they can put in their rice balls, and then they just roll them up in plastic wrap and make a nice little rice ball for themselves. That's always a really fun dinner for the kids. Okay, the last Tuesday of the month here, we have got fish tacos with homemade tortillas. I've not made homemade tortillas probably since the baby was born, so I'm gonna try and get back to making our things homemade. But yeah, we've definitely been buying tortillas since the baby's arrived, so I'm gonna be ambitious and plan out homemade tortillas this week here for our fish tacos. Okay, and then here, this is a recipe I saw on Pinterest. It is a caprese chicken bake. So it's all of your usual like caprese salad stuff, your mozzarella, tomato, all of that, but it's in a chicken bake. So there's that. I thought it looked really good in the picture. I'll find the picture and show you guys. Hang on. Yeah, here are some of the, oh, is that gonna focus? These are some of the examples that I saw on Pinterest, which looked like delicious. So hopefully tomatoes have come down in price by the end of the month. Otherwise, I will be planning something else because I'm not about to buy that many tomatoes for this. And if any case, if I don't end up making this month, then I'll bring it in at some point later in our spring or summertime. So fingers crossed that tomatoes have come down slightly in price by the end of this month. Okay, and then the last Thursday here, I've just got barbecue chicken drums with some baked potatoes and salad. Again, really hoping that we have some nice spring weather and that we can get the barbecue out for this. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. We were having barbecue nights once a week throughout the summer, this past summer, and we've all actually really missed it. We all love a really good barbecue night. So looking forward to bringing a barbecue night back in. And then finally, a Friday night leftovers. Friday night is usually our leftovers night. You probably know that if you hang out on my meal planning videos. Most of the time, we always have leftovers on Friday, except for this month apparently. But yeah, we'll be eating leftovers at some point throughout the month, that's for sure. And then finally here again, we've got pizza night Saturday. And then the last Sunday here, I'm planning to do a chicken fried steak with a mash plus steamed greens and salad. Chicken fried steak, yum. This isn't something we have very often, but when we have it, like, how exciting. There you have it, my friends. That is our September meal plan. Now what I have not included is desserts on our menu. I usually do a dessert on Sunday nights. Sunday nights are always like our family dessert and games night. However, I actually completely forgot to plan out desserts, so I haven't got any written here, but my girls are pretty helpful at keeping me on top of making sure we eat dessert on dessert night. They don't want to miss a dessert night, so I'm sure we'll come up with something. So there you have it. That is our September spring meal plan. I hope that you guys have found something of use throughout this video, some type of motivation or, you know, something that has sparked some type of inspiration within you, and it wasn't a really big waste of your time. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope that you're taking really good care of yourself because you deserve it. I will catch you guys in the next video.